Hello students, so let us start the digestion part from this lesson, nutrition in animals. Okay, so let us start the process of digestion, and it is started from our mouth. The digestion process starts from our mouth, and inside our mouth there are some glands which are known as salivary gland, and it secretes saliva. Okay, and this saliva contains amylase. What does it contain? It contains amylase, and this amylase will break down the carbohydrates into sugar. Okay, and the stomach, our stomach, you can see this is our stomach. Which one? This one is our stomach. So the glands present in the stomach secrete gastric juice. Okay, whenever you chew anything, okay, whenever you eat anything, so this food will first enter in our stomach, right? And in the stomach there are some glands, and these glands will secrete the gastric juice. Okay, gastric juice, and this juice contains hydrochloric acid and pepsin. Understood? The stomach contains some gland, and this gland will secrete gastric juice, and this gastric juice will contain hydrochloric acid and pepsin, the most important thing. Okay, and this hydrochloric acid, since acid is corrosive in nature, that means it can destroy anything. Okay, if an amount of acid falls on anything, like on your skin, on a cloth, it will it will corrode. That means it will burn the cloth, or it will burn the skin. Okay, so that type of acid is present inside our stomach. So to protect our stomach from this corrosive nature of the hydrochloric acid, the walls of stomach are lined with mucosa. Okay, and this mucosa secrete mucus, right? And it protects our lining of stomach from the acid, right? And what is the function of pepsin? The pepsin will digest the protein. And one more thing, why the hydrochloric acid is necessary? Because in the presence of acid, this pepsin will act. That means if this pepsin will active, or this pepsin will work in the presence of this acid only. Okay, without this acid the pepsin will not function. Also this acid will kill the germs that is present in our food, right? Now the small intestine, after the food from the stomach. Okay, this you can see this stomach, the food will be entered here first, and from the stomach it will go through the this junction point, and it will enter in the small intestine. So you see, this is our small intestine. So small intestine is a long narrow tube. The digestion process ends here, right? So in a sense I can say that the digestion process starts from our mouth, right? The digestion process starts from our mouth, and the digestion process ends here, that means in the small intestine. And what will happen inside the small intestine? You see, first of all, the liver. Okay, in my previous in our last class I discussed about the various organs of our inside our body, that is present inside our body, and there I discussed where is the liver. I do not have the photo. You can see, I can show you here. This is liver. Okay, this, you see, this triangular shape, so it is the organ that is known as liver. And you can you see this smaller like something bulge like bladder, and this is known as gallbladder. Okay, so the liver, okay, that liver will produce bile juice. Okay, and this bile juice it will be stored in the gallbladder. This is the gallbladder. Okay, this black portion, this is known as gallbladder, and from this liver the bile juice will be sent, or it will be stored in the gallbladder. You remember, again I am saying, the bile juice will be produced by the liver. Okay, but it will be stored in the gallbladder. Okay, the bile juice helps to digest fats. So this, from the liver, this bile juice will enter into our small intestine, because in the small intestine we have the foods now, that is from the stomach it has now entered the small intestine. So the bile juice which is produced in the liver and it is stored in the gallbladder, so this bile juice will get mixed with the food present in the small intestine, and it will digest the fats. Okay, remember the pepsin, you can say the pepsin is produced in the stomach, and this pepsin will digest only the protein, and in the mouth we have already broken, the carbohydrate has been broken into sugar. So carbohydrate has been broken into sugar, the pepsin has been digested because of this pepsin, and the fats will be digested in the small intestine, right, because of the bile juice. Now one more thing, the pancreas. Okay, the pancreas, I cannot show you the pancreas. Where is the pancreas? Here it is. It cannot be seen, so you will see from your book, or in my previous class I told you about the pancreas. So the pancreas releases pancreatic juice, right, and this pancreatic juice will break down the carbohydrate, proteins and fats into simple substances, right. After that, what will happen? In the process of digestion, the carbohydrate molecules are broken down into glucose molecules. So in essence, in whole the process of digestion, the carbohydrates molecule are broken down into glucose molecule, because our body cannot take directly the carbohydrate. It has to be converted into simple substance, and the carbohydrate will be converted into simple substance, that is known as glucose, and the complex protein, it will be converted into small molecules of amino acid, right, small molecules of amino acid. Similarly, the fat molecules get converted into small fatty acid molecules, right. So you remember this thing, the carbohydrates will convert it into glucose, protein will convert it into amino acid, fat will convert it into small fatty acid, right. Now the villi, what is villi? It is a finger like projection. So you can see this is finger like projection. You see, if you open your hand, and if you unfold your fingers, then this type of fingers like projection will be, it is present inside our small intestine. It is a tube, right. So in that tube, the lining of the tube is like the villi is present there, and it is a finger like projection present on the walls of small intestine, absorbs the simple substances which is produced in the process of digestion. That simple substances will be absorbed by this villi. Okay, inside the villi actually there are some blood vessels. These blood vessels will accumulate, or it will collect the simple substances, and this whole process is called absorption. Now the simple substances will be carried by blood to each and every part of the body to be utilized by the body. Because of this blood, the digested food is sent, or it is carried to each and every part of our body. Okay, and in each and every part of the body, because everything is needed by the cells, because of the glucose we are getting the energy. This glucose must be sent into each and every cells of our body. We have millions of cells in our body, so each and every cells must get the glucose to produce energy. The proteins is also very necessary, because it helps in the process of growth. Okay, so every cell, each and every cell must get the protein. That means the simple protein, that is amino acid, and fats is also necessary. Then the absorption and of digested food and its utilization by the body is known as assimilation. What is it called? It is called assimilation. Again I am repeating, the absorption of digested food and its utilization by the body is known as assimilation, right. So it is the end of this video. So I will come with the new portion of this digestion process, that is there is one more organ that is known as large intestine, and what will happen in large intestine I will tell you in my next video. And the digestion in grass eating animals, as well as how an amoeba get its nutrition, I will discuss in my next video. Okay, thank you for watching. God bless you all.